Hi, and welcome to this vocabulary lesson because we are going to look at synonyms, collocations in context, and words that belong in the word family. I hope you'll stick around with me every single day, learn these 3,000 words with me. Strongly, strongly. Now, I could have put a picture here, but if I put a picture here, you would have gotten the wrong idea about strongly, because the adjective strong can talk about a lot of things, and it includes physical strength, and that's what the picture would show. But strongly does not include physical strength. When I use the word strongly, I'm going to talk about emphasis. Some synonyms for strongly are forcibly, vehemently, fiercely, firmly, or powerfully, vigorously. Okay, so strongly is going to be it's going to have a big emphasis. I strongly agree with you. If I strongly agree with you, it means 100%. I'm there with you. It doesn't mean I'm strong. It means I'm with you 100%. So we strongly agree. This means to agree with great conviction. I strongly agree that students should learn critical thinking skills. Most of the committee strongly agreed with the proposal. This is positive, confident, emphatic. This strongly agree with. Strongly recommend. So we can strongly recommend something. To advise something very firmly. I strongly recommend reading the instructions before assembling the furniture. Doctors strongly recommend regular exercise. This is to strongly recommend is authoritative. It's persuasive. It's often professional. So I want to hear in the comments, do you also strongly recommend reading the instructions before putting it together? I actually hate reading the instructions. I just want to try it. If it fails, then I'll go back and figure out from the instructions. So I don't know. Do I strongly recommend reading the instructions? It depends on how complicated the thing is. Strongly oppose. We strongly oppose means to resist or disagree with something intensely. Many residents strongly oppose the new development plan. She strongly opposed the decision to cut funding. This is negative, forceful, and determined. To oppose, to strongly oppose. So just like strongly agree was like, yeah, I'm there with you. Strongly opposed is the same amount of energy, but it's now opposite. Strongly influence. Notice none of these strongly things have to do with physical strength. Strongly influenced. This is a large degree of influence or effect. His writing was strongly influenced by 19th century literature. Consumer choices are strongly influenced by advertising. All right, so this emphasizes the extent of the influence. Strongly scented. So this is the powerful or the vigorous. Strongly scented. It means it has a powerful smell or taste. Strongly flavored. The room was filled with a strongly scented perfume. The cheese is strongly flavored and may not appeal to everyone. This can be negative or positive. It depends on your preference. So we have here, and I hope you can see these. We can strongly believe in something. I strongly believe in equal opportunity. We can strongly support. The voters strongly support the measure. We can strongly suggest, and this is like strongly recommending. The evidence strongly suggests fraud. So if I say strongly suggest, the evidence strongly suggests fraud is formal way of writing to say there is a lot of evidence for fraud. Strongly criticize. The report strongly criticized the agency. Now, I could just say the report criticized the agency. That's very neutral. If I say the report strongly criticized the agency, now that shows a lot of commitment to the criticism. Strongly encourage. Teachers strongly encourage students to ask questions. Strongly condemn. Leaders strongly condemn the attack. Now they're very against it. So strongly is an emphasis. The city is strongly associated with the automobile industry. We might even say the city and the automobile industry are in bed together. They are strongly associated with. That's a collocation. The editor published a strongly worded response. A strongly worded response. This is the kind of response that leaves no question. We use the opposite strong. Well, let's take a look here. A pattern to notice. Strongly is most commonly used with opinions and beliefs, recommendations and advice, opposition and criticism, evidence and relationships, sensory qualities like flavored and scented. Strongly is not used or less often used to describe physical actions, and it's more often used to describe judgments, feelings, evidence, or influence. That's why I didn't put a picture at the beginning. The opposite of strongly would be weakly, and all those same uses for strongly that we just talked about can be used for weakly. The noun is strength. The verb is strengthen. Strengthen. And there are actually two pronunciations for the word strength or strengthen. When I pronounce it, I always say this g sound, strength. I don't know if you can hear it, strength. But it is also completely acceptable to say strength, strength. There are people who will take the G out completely. And if that's easier for you to say strength. I always say strength with a g that almost sounds like a k at the back of my throat. Strength. Strong. Now, when I pronounce strong, there is not an acceptable, you can't say strong, and end it at the back. Same thing with strongly, strongly. I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Research shows that if you know 3,000 words, then you can pretty much say anything you need to say. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, and please like and subscribe.